All right, everybody, we are back at Grandpa's Creek. I've already been here for a little while. I've been hacking and cutting. You see I got a trail going on over there. A few minutes ago, well, 45 minutes ago, it looked like that. Now we got a trail. So we're gonna go, well, the creek is actually just down that way. I'm up above it, so I'm kind of above where I know the dump site is. I actually connected a little bit here with where I got last time, the upper region of it. So I'm gonna start scanning a little bit. I kind of am able to crawl down in there, and we'll see if we get any signals. There you can see this stuff is so thick, especially just getting into it. And then once you're in here, it's kind of like crawl around, try to find an open spot to scan. But we do have some ground here we can cover. And I did connect just down over here. There's some of the spot where I was digging last time I was in here, so I'm actually above it. Matter of fact, hey, right there I see a little piece of glass. There's some glass right in there. So I'm right on top of it. Okay, so I'm totally just clawing away at the side of this hill. And I'm pulling up glass all over the place. Just a matter of... Oh my gosh. That is a jawbone with teeth in it. Wow. Probably I don't know. Looks like a cow or maybe an elk. Nice. Anyway. That's right in here with all this glass though. I'm hoping we can get an intact bottle or something similar. I'm not even using the metal detector right now. I'm just, although I have the pinpointer right here. Let's see. Wow, yeah, it is crazy how much glass there is everywhere out there. I brought some of it home. There's a lot of this blue looking glass, and I'm pretty sure they came from the mason jars, because I also found this out there again. Mason jar lid. I found a ton of those now out at Grandpa's Creek. But there's also a lot of like this. You can see that said syrup on it. So I found quite a few chunks that went to, you know, medicine bottles or whatever, but I just can't find that intact bottle. It's like the guys were going to the dump and just smashing them or whatever as they threw them in. Okay, I continue to keep pulling chunks out. All different types of glass. And we may have something intact here. Look, right here. Look at that, it looks like a big dish. Oh, it's got writing on it. Oh, it's broken in half. Oh, dang. I can see writing right there. Something China. You can see it's just a half a bowl though. Here it comes. Yeah, look at that. That's the closest I found to an intact one. Right there, got writing on it. It says Ironstone China. It's awesome. We got a maker, we could find a date, hopefully. Yeah, I was really hoping that that was intact when I found it. Here it is right here. And it does say Ironstone China right there. Pretty interesting. I did a little research on that. I'll show you right here. There's one right there I found on eBay. Somebody's selling it for 25 bucks, but it looks like it was actually a platter. Antique white oval J&G Meek and Hanley England platter. And that's what it says on the back by the Ironstone China. It says Meek and Hanley. And you can look at Wikipedia. There's lots of stuff on Ironstone China. Dates back to the early 1800s. And it even says that British potteries produced white ironstone ware known as white ironstone or white granite ware for the American market. During the mid-19th century, it was the largest export market for Staffordshire's potteries. It says that the plain white ironstone ware was widely marketed in the U.S. until the end of the 19th century. So it was just a popular item here in the U.S. So it's interesting. I mean, it could have come from anywhere from the mid 1800s through the early 1900s, what it sounds like, which is the same time period as the utensils and a lot of the other stuff that I've been finding at Grandpa's Creek. So, all right, so we've been digging this up quite a bit here. Just keep eating away at the side of the hill. Lots of different bits of glass, bottles. But I think I mean, it's all broken glass, so I'm gonna go ahead and head on down towards the creek through this mess and start working my way up the creek a little bit if I can. All right, yeah, so again, I had spent like an hour and a half or 2 hours just scraping away the dirt and just piece after piece of glass, different types of glass. Some were ornate, some were just plain, some were colored, a little bit of everything, but nothing intact. And finally, I was getting so sweaty and tired, I got frustrated. I said, you know what, let's move on a little bit. We can always come back here. We know that this spot ain't going anywhere. So I headed on down the creek a little ways. All right, check it out. This was a 42 signal. And first thing that popped out was part of a bottle. But then, obviously that wasn't what the detector saw. Then this came out, and I don't know what it is yet. But definitely has some detail on it. Got like little design on there. I'm not sure what they came off of. All right, and I'm still not exactly sure what this came off of. I have it right here, so you can, but it has some ornate detail on it. But look how thin that is. Very, very thin. So I'm starting to think that maybe it came off of a jar, you know, like around the, like say the outside of the lid, you know, something like that. That's my guess, and it just, the inside part broke off or fell out or whatever. Because it looks like if it was folded out, it would be circular, possibly. Because it's connected all the way around. I just don't want to fold it out because it might break. It's very thin. But it is ornate. Kind of neat. If anybody recognizes that, let me know. Check out this big boy that just popped out. Yeah. I'm not thinking miners, I'm thinking loggers here. Oh yeah, it is a monster. Look at that sucker. Big old hook. That was obviously for logging, I would say. And I have found lots of rail spikes from the temporary rail lines they had up in there, and lots of cables in that area too. So aside from the mining, there was also lots of logging that went on in the area. So I thought something was wrong with my AT Pro there for a second. This entire area, a huge area, I was just getting signals like crazy all over the place. Couldn't figure out what the heck's going on. Then I finally started just digging. Most of it was irony signals, but there's chunks of iron everywhere, and I don't know if this is like, maybe it's left logging equipment that was left behind or what, but that one's got a little swivel on it. I don't know, it's just like pieces of iron, and like I said, they're just in this huge area. I don't know, I can't get any words off that. But I don't know if this is like part of a carriage or something for logging. That's kind of ornate. I don't know. I mean, there's a pile of them, and I could sit here all day digging this stuff up. I mean, it's everywhere. Yeah, that one had me fooled there for a minute. It was almost like the AT Pro would act if I was under power lines or something, right? It seemed like everywhere, just little bits, you know. So then I finally started digging a couple spots, kept finding all those chunks. I don't know what the heck it was, but it's scattered through a large area, like a 20 by 20 area, or something just was taken apart in pieces, or over time is degraded into those pieces or whatever. But pretty strange for sure. So other than that, what I didn't show so far, I did find this. You can see that it was a key at one time. Maybe it was a chest or something. I don't know. I also found this little gear here, which I'm not sure what that's to. But my first thought, because I've never found a pocket watch, it's on my bucket list, I was like, oh, maybe that's a piece from a pocket watch. But I looked everywhere, all around it, and this was the only thing I could find. So I don't know if that's small enough to be for one. It could be. You know, it's pretty small. It's only about an inch and a half or so. But it's possible, I suppose. But once again, You know, Grandpa's Creek did not disappoint. We found some more history. This time we got some writing. Ironstone China. We got a little bit of something we can look up and investigate online and learn a little bit more about the area. So, no, I was happy, and I'm excited to get back out there. But it's getting late in the season, and we might have to call it quits here. I don't know. I might get out a couple more times before the weather really gets nasty. But anyway, I appreciate you guys joining me. It's a lot of fun. If you guys have comments, throw them down below and let me know what you think about Grandpa's Creek, or maybe got any ideas of how I should go about investigating out there. So, all right, thanks again for watching Coins for Amateurs, and as always, dig on.